Hello everybody and welcome to today's video tutorial. On today's video we are going to learn about the conditional sentences. My name is Ivan Ramirez Morales. So let's start. What if you could speak English confidently? What if you knew how to talk about possibilities, dreams, or hypothetical situations? Today we are diving into conditional sentences, the key to expressing what if in English. What are conditional sentences? Conditional sentences have two parts. The first part is the if plus the condition, and the second part is the main plus the result. For example, if it's rain, will stay home. If it's rain is the condition, will stay home is the result. If we won the lottery, I will travel the world. If I won the lottery is the condition. I will travel the world, that is the result. So first of all, we need to have the condition and then we need to have the result. It's important to say that the order is not important. We can change the order. We can put first the result and then the condition. And something important is the use of comma. The use of comma, if we put the if clause at the beginning of the sentence, we use a comma. But if we put the result clause at the beginning, we don't use a comma. So we use a comma when the if clause is at the beginning. If the if clause is at the end, we don't need a comma. Conditional sentences are often divided into four different types: the zero conditional, the first conditional, the second conditional, and the third conditional. So let's start with the first type of condition. We have the zero conditional. The zero conditional can also be known as true in the present. Zero conditional is used to talk about things that are generally true, especially for laws and rules. That is why we call true in present, because it's something that is generally true and is in the present. For example, if I drink too much coffee, I can't sleep at night. Ice melts if it's heated. When the sun goes down, it gets dark. The if in the conditional can usually be replaced by when without changing the meaning. So sometimes we can use if or when. And the structure for the zero conditional is if or when, the present simple in the if clause, and in the result clause we use the present simple. If you touch a fire, you get burned. That is 100% true. People die if they don't eat. That is true. If babies are hungry, they cry. As you can see in these examples, the if clause is always in present simple, and the condition and the result is also in present simple. So we continue with the first conditional. The first conditional can also be known as true in the future. The first conditional is used to talk about future situations we believe are real or possible. For example, if it doesn't rain tomorrow, we will go to the beach. Arsenal will be top on the league if they win. When I finish work, I call you. The structure is if or when plus present simple plus will and the infinitive. If I finish my work early, I will join you at the party. If she practices every day, she will improve her English. If we leave now, we'll get there on time. We continue with the second conditional. The second conditional can also be known as unreal, and it's used to talk about imaginary or unlikely situations. If I were rich, I would buy a mansion. If I had superpower, I would fly. As you can see, these are imaginary things, and the structure is if and past simple and would and base in the base, the verb in the base form. If I had his number, I would call him, but I don't have right now, so I can't call him. If I were you, I wouldn't go out with that man, but I'm not you. So if I met the Queen of England, I would say hello. But that is something not probably that could be happen. So as you can see, we have the if plus is in past simple, if I were rich, and then we have would and the base form of the verb. So this is for second condition. We have also the third conditional. The third conditional is used to talk about hypothetical situations in past. If I had studied, I would have passed. If she had told, I would have helped. The structure for the third conditional is if past perfect and the result we have would have in the past participle. For example, if she had studied, she would have passed the test. Oh, but she didn't study, so she didn't pass the test. If I hadn't eaten too much, I wouldn't have felt sick. If we had taken a taxi, we would have missed the plane. So guys, as you can see, we have four types of conditionals, and the something important is that we need to study and that we need to memorize. That is the only way that we can manage the conditional sentences. So it's important to learn and to memorize the rules for each type of conditional. Thank you guys for your attention. So before finish the video, I would like that you try to write one sentence for each type of conditional on your note. Thank you for watching this video. Give me a like if you like it and subscribe. Thank you so much and see you next time.